Thank you and good afternoon. Raphael is a native son of Rochester, and he has spent his adult life working to advance the cause of affordable housing and community revitalization across the state. His work with Enterprise would give him valuable boots-on-the-ground experience in the New York City landscape of affordable housing and help to prepare him to become HPD's Deputy Commissioner of Development in 2004 and its Commissioner in 2009. As the new HPD Commissioner, Raphael took over a housing plan to finance 165,000 units that was built to harness a historically hot market. Unfortunately, he took over the plan at the apex of the national recession and a housing crisis which saw a historically hot market and all of its new construction come to a grinding halt. Always the optimist, he found the silver lining in the down market and recast Bloomberg's housing plan, shifting the agency's resources and its focus to preserving affordable housing, including a very creative program to acquire foreclosed homes. His work helped preserve tens of thousands of units and kept the housing plan on course to reach that goal. Not bad for only 2 years as commissioner. After a brief stint at L&M, and Raphael, everybody makes one employment mistake in their lives. Ron, I'm kidding. Raphael was tapped to lead CPC during a very challenging time in the company's history. Like nearly every other lender at the time, CPC unfortunately wasn't immune to the fallout of the national recession. The difference was that the affordable housing world and New York's neighborhoods couldn't afford for CPC to fail. For nearly 40 years, the company had been a first-in source of stable capital for underserved communities. When others wouldn't lend because of the risk, CPC was there and committed to its mission of community revitalization. When Raphael arrived, CPC was desperately struggling to resolve a significant amount of troubled loans and was fighting to pay back their lenders and survive another day. Under Raphael's leadership, and being on the board, it's really been extraordinary leadership, CPC has transformed in a few short years from a company in the midst of a financial reckoning to a fully capitalized, financially strong, mission-driven organization. Raphael will be the first one to tell you he didn't do it alone, and that is absolutely true. It was a Herculean group effort. But he did see the value in keeping the core of CPC's amazing and committed team. He understood how to reorganize the team based on their strengths and how to motivate a company that many had lost faith in. He understood CPC's long history and how important it was, and how important it still is in places like Buffalo, Oswego, the Bronx, Watertown, and East New York. As a result of these efforts, CPC is focused on working in collaboration with government and industry partners to meet the housing and community revitalization needs in many of these communities. Over the past 5 years, CPC has successfully rebuilt its mission-focused lending platform and is on track to bring over $450 million in construction financing, permanent capital, and equity to communities, and specifically to small buildings around the state. I'm very proud to serve as the lead director of CPC, an organization that plays such a critical role in New York City and New York State, and is having a tremendous impact in neighborhoods each and every day. It is also giving me an additional opportunity to be associated with Raphael, who has provided constructive, very passionate, and very dynamic leadership. It's my pleasure to present this award to my good friend, Raphael Sestero.
Thank you, Alan. I thank Geraldine for writing that for you, because I'm sure, I'm just teasing. Thank you again. It was really wonderful, and I have been very lucky in my life to have built relationships with people who, from all different parts of this industry and all different places, who have helped me along the way. And Alan, I can't thank you enough for the help that you've given me over my career. Congratulations to CHPC. Congratulations to Geraldine. You've done a tremendous job leading CHPC. It's an amazing room full of people. What a great testament to your leadership. Really remarkable. And, 80 years, 8 decades of progressive housing policy, thoughtful housing leadership, thoughtful planning guidance has been driven by CHPC. It's an organization that has been enormously important to the city of New York for 8 decades. And I thank everybody for their support of CHPC. I congratulate the staff and the board. It's really a wonderful organization. Also, congratulations to my fellow honorees. Perry, Nicole, congratulations for all that you've done in the industry, and to Carl, congratulations to you. You look very relaxed and laid back, which is what happens to us when we leave government. We just look much more laid back. And Carl, it's interesting. It's a testament to just in the short 7 years how much more successful CHPC has gotten. Because 7 years ago, I stood at this podium and I received the Roger Starr Award for public service. And the fact that they are now honoring somebody who actually deserves that award is a testament to Geraldine's leadership. So congratulations, Carl. You are an icon in New York City. So I really was touched that Geraldine and Richard called me again and really wanted to honor the impact that CPC has had in communities for its 43-year history. About half the life of CHPC, but has been significantly impactful. And Geraldine called me up and she said, we like to do these little bios, but we don't want it to be the normal bio, so tell me a little bit about your history. And it got me thinking a little bit about impact. And when I think of impact in New York City and I think of the impact in New York City's neighborhoods, I think of Ebo Bolton, who was one of the, if not the most impactful community planner, in a generation in our city. I think of people like Bill Fry, who was and continues to be my greatest mentor. And who, as a kid from Rochester, New York, when I showed up at his doorstep to do an internship, he threw me a bag of tokens and said, go meet these community leaders. So when I think of community impact, I think of people like Doris Koo, who led Asian Americans for Equality that time. I think of John Riley, who leads Fordham Bedford. I think of people who fought the hard fight to see New York City start investing in neighborhoods at a time when it deeply needed it. And so when I think of impact, I think of all of the tremendous people at HPD and at HDC and at NYCHA and at HCR and at the city, Department of City Planning. And not just the leadership, who are remarkable and tremendous. And I have to say, I'm sorry, I'm embellishing, Geraldine, but we were at this forum this morning, some of us with the congressional leadership talking about the threats to the budget. And to sit there and listen to Maria and to Shola and to Ruth Ann and Eric, although this is more a comment about the 3 women. Eric, I love you, you know that, and you were awesome. But to sit there and listen to these 3 incredibly talented, strong, committed, dedicated, smart women who are our leaders at this moment in time is really remarkable. And we should all be very thankful that we have that kind of leadership here in this city. So when I think of impact, that's what I think of. And I think about organizations like CPC, and I think of the people, my team at CPC, who Alan rightfully called out, who are here at various locations. People like Tom McGrath, people like Sadie McHugh, people like Rick Cumro, people like Dick Conley, who have been at CPC for a long time and fought the good fight in neighborhoods across this city for many, many years. I'm really, really, really proud to be at the helm of CPC at this really important time. The neighborhoods in New York City are struggling. Our neighborhoods upstate are struggling as well, but for completely different reasons. And CPC has really channeled our energy and our focus to try to be the resource for communities across the state with different needs and different challenges, so that we can try and have the kind of impact that the organization has had for 43 years. We have come a long way in 5 years. We got a lot of help. And so it's really on behalf of all of the people, the team at CPC, all of the people that have helped me in my career to do what I set out to do in this business, which is to have impact in communities, that I thank CHPC for this award and thank everybody, all the other honorees as well. Thank you very much.